This is the second video for how to set up your architectural model file from Revit. So something I realized I forgot in the previous video is to actually set up the roof. All right, so here what we need to do is have lines that go from here and they extend 1 foot beyond, and then they are the same length as this, except again they have 1 foot extra length here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this line here, copy and paste it over here. All right, so that's the length of that we need, but again we need it to be 1 foot longer. So again you can change here to the cut and do a line here, go start this direction, type in 1 foot symbol, there you go. And then same thing over here, line, and then 1 foot. Okay. For this, I am going to draw a line out 1 foot, and then down, and that way I can just extend this. All right, delete that now. Again, copy and paste, just put that here, bring this back so I can clean this up again. Okay, and now let's measure this. So I'm going to do a dimension here, and it needs to be 7 feet 8. Let's just call it 7 feet 8 inches. Okay, so I can delete that, do a line, and just do 7 feet 8 inches. Oops, hold on. Let me get the angle there to be 90 degrees. So 7 feet 8 inches. And then bring it over, line it up here, and bring it down. So that's one side of the roof, and we need 2 sides. All right, and that's going to be the cutout. And then if you want the shingles look, what you do is you switch over to Engrave. You select hatch, and you're looking for a hatch pattern that is typically the shaker style. So you can do the ARV88. That's one. That can work. I personally kind of like the AR shake, the kind of like that. Looks like this. And if you want to change the size of that's too big, you can make it smaller. Up here, you can change it to like that's I think it says 1 inch. You can change it to 2. That'll make it bigger. Or you can make it smaller. So again, hit shake. Say 0.5. Hit the tab button. If that's too small, you can do 0.75, something in the middle. Again, this is where it's just like your choice, and then I'll do it there and there. And that's 2 roofs. So forgot to tell us do that in the first video, but there we go. So that's officially all of it. Now, as I said, yeah, it's better to have this all be one line. All right. So we need to figure out how to scale this all so it's the right size. Sorry, I'm just cleaning this up. Realized I made a few mistakes there. Okay, there we go. So now, remember this thing is 16 feet long, 12 feet wide, and 8 feet tall. I'm not going to actually cut it to those dimensions, so we need to figure out how long and how wide and how tall do you want this model to be. All right, so let's switch over to a document camera here. If you want your model to be, you know, about say, roughly 9 inches long, that's going to be the 16-foot side. Well, then I got to figure out, well, what does that mean in terms of the width and then the height? How tall is this thing going to be? All these types of dimensions. All right. So let's start doing a little bit of math here and see if we can figure this stuff out. So this is an approximate. Well, this is like kind of converting it to the architectural scale. So, well, how many inches is 16 feet? So 16 feet is, let's do the calculation here. 16 times 12 is 192 inches. All right. And so if I want 192 inches to be scaled to 9 inches about, well, let's see, 9 inches divided by 192 is 3/64. Okay. So I can make that happen. And then let's see, 12 times 12. Remember, that's this side here, that's 12 feet, or sorry, 12 feet. That's the same thing as 144 inches. That times 3/64. That means that that's going to be, let's see, 144 times 3 divided by 64. That side is going to be 27/4, which is approximately 6.75 inches wide, and then 8 feet. 8 times 12 is 96. Also times 3 divided by 64 is 9/2. So, whoops. That's going to be about 4.5 inches tall. So that's 96 times 20. Sorry, times 3/64 is about 4.5. Okay, so that's our model. That doesn't include the height here, so it is going to be a little taller than 4.5. So it's going to be roughly 5 or 6 inches tall. So our model dimensions will be about 9 inches long, 6.75 inches wide, and I'm going to say approximately 5 to 6 inches tall. That's a decent size. So the important number here is this 3/64. The other important thing to remember is the dimensions of the laser. Right? If you're using the larger laser, the cutting bed here is 20 inches by 30 inches. If you're using the smaller ones, those are 12 inches by 24 inches. So your piece of foam board that you're going to put there, all your cutouts are going to have to fit inside of this. Either all of it fit into one, or each individual piece is going to have to fit into that if it's a larger model. Like the house or the library might be larger if you're going to try to make architectural models out of those. So, but each panel, each piece is going to have to fit inside of one of those. All right, so you do need to be careful. All right, so transitioning back over here. So let's see. Sorry, now I got to go backwards. I need to figure out what the size of my quote unquote box is. So what are these dimensions here? So I go backwards. 20 inches times 64/3 is 1280/3, which is 426.67. So this in AutoCAD is going to be 426.67 inches, which is about the same as 35.56 feet. All right. If this doesn't make quite 100% sense right now, it will. So again, same computation here. 30 times 64 divided by 3 is going to be 640 inches. And then divide that by 12, and you get 160 divided by 3. That's going to be about 53.3 feet. Okay, so The reason I need those numbers is all of that's going to have to fit inside of that kind of a box. So let's see, I will, on the 0 layer, create a box that has those dimensions. Do it here. So it's going to be 53.3 feet, tab button, and 35.56 feet. So that's the associated print, bed size for the larger laser engraver. So I'm going to move, hit M for move. That's going to cut out of that upper left corner. And then let's arrange everything else. So let's see. Put these here. Cut that out there. Cut that out of there. And then put it there. Just trying to be as economical with this piece of foam board as possible. And let's see, actually, you know what would be better is to turn this thing and let's see, rotate, right click, say rotate, turn it 90 degrees. Do the same thing here. Let's see, rotate.
Hey, Rob.
I'm sorry, I'm recording. I'll pause.
Sorry about that.
All right, so again, I'm just turning this there. And then moving all of that. All right. Again, this is just me just trying to figure out how to lay out the stuff on the foam board. And then same thing with the roofs over here. Rotate is what I really want to do. All right. And now it is all set up. So the other kind of weird anomaly type thing is when you send it to the laser, AutoCAD turns it all by 90 degrees. So what you're going to do is just turn this whole thing, rotate this way by 90 degrees. Okay. All right. And so from here, you go to print. We are going to print to the, at least this year, it's called the Epilogue Engraver. And we are going to print a window. We have to select the window from here to here. And it is a custom scale. And let's see, it is inches, 1 inch here is, okay, 3/64. So let's see, 3 divided by 64. Oh, so 64 divided by 3 is 21.33. Okay. So yeah, I just did in a calculator 64 divided by 3. So preview. Do you want to continue? Yes, continue. Let's try this again. Oh, because you see it's 8.5 by 11. That's not it. So change it, go to custom properties, advanced, engraver. Yeah, it's a weird thing there. Okay. 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 And now we hit apply to layout, preview, and there it is. All right. That looks like it's actually turned the wrong way. So what I would need to do is hit cancel, and let's rotate. Oops, rotate it. This way. So now I'm going to need to just redo the window. So window from here to here. Apply to layout, but it's still the same units. Okay. Let's see. That should be good. Oh, also, just to let you know, if you have a specific scale, like a preset architectural scale, I could have used one of those preset architectural scales. Like here in our drawing, if I wanted to be the same size as it shows up here, I could have used like 3/16 equals a foot. That's pretty small. I wouldn't think I would have wanted to use that. But I could have used instead of 3/16, I could have done half a foot, half an inch equals a foot. And done that. So, again, it needs to be block engraver, preview, apply layout, preview. All right, so it just would have been a slightly different scale. But again, up to you a little bit. Check with your teacher if you have questions about exactly how that should all look there. All right. So again, if you want to do custom, what was mine? 21.33. So 1 inch equals 21.33. Okay. And then, from here, you would say log, crowd manager. Once that opens, you send it. Okay. Here it is. Let's see. So I don't have the 40 watt, the larger table set up on here. I have the smaller one. So if it was 20 by 30, it doesn't. Here's the boundaries that it would be there, and then again, this is the smaller, the 12 by 24, not the 20 by 30. That's why it's showing these issues. But this is how it cut out of that foam board, and then here you are setting the properties for foam board. I don't have those, but there's a manual for Epilogue that tells you what values you should use, or just practice and see what those values are for the engraving, and then for the vector, which means cutting. Okay. If you have any questions, ask your teacher.